Hello and welcome to this Warcraft replay. Let's go to the Last Refuge because this is going to be the final game of this best of 3 series. Last Refuge. We have not seen this map in a long time. I'm rather interested in why that is, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to watch a game on it right now. Either way, game 2 was a pretty good game actually. Not going to lie, both players played pretty impressively. Even Yumiko. I mean, Yumiko didn't look that bad at all, even despite the loss. It's just that FQQ's made such a good adjustment into his game 1 build that it just worked out very well. The Panda was also rather faithful or thankful because I was able to see and witness Storm, Earth, and Fire once again in a rather lengthy fashion, I guess. We no longer have Storm, Earth, and Fire being used and then the game's over. None of that. So yeah, very enjoying myself from that one. So yeah, Last Refuge is going to be the map. The bottom left we have FQQ, who won game 2. Will be spawning in as the red human player on the bottom left. He is going to go for the Archmage first, without the barracks as well. So we've had this from game 1. This looks more like game 1, in fact. So let's see how this will actually work out for him. Yeah. Because it didn't really work out that well because he didn't utilize his Archmage as, I guess, efficiently as he should. Yumiko, I guess, is more surprising in this one because he is off racing. He is off racing as an orc player. So Yumiko spawning in as the purple orc in the top right. He is going to go for the Farseer first. Which I'm kind of happy about to see, but I unfortunately remember the past Farseer games hasn't really been that successful, so hopefully this will sway me over back to thinking the Farseer is just more reliable than the Blade Master, but you know, who knows. Spirit Wolf start for the Farseer. He is going for some early harassment. Unfortunately, he is versing a human player, and that means Arcane Towers. Arcane Towers is just very good against all races. I think that's true. I mean, against humans, yeah, takes down elementals pretty efficiently. Undead, skeletons, as well as the heroes. Actually, it's heroes for both, for every race. Orc, well, if you go on Farseer first, then obviously Arcane Towers are pretty effective anyway. Not sure about the Blade Master, maybe because he doesn't really benefit much from wind walks, or at least he doesn't rely too much from that, hopefully. Night Elf? I think Night Elf is probably the most less affected by the Arcane Towers, maybe. I could be completely wrong, but that's just my opinion. Maybe you could tell me which race is probably the least effective when it comes to Arcane Towers. Right now I just need to focus on casting this game. Keep Tech is over half for FQQ. Yumiko is also going for early stronghold, which is pretty standard for orc players anyway. He wants to get that early Tauren Chieftain out. Voodoo Lounge is completed as well. And yeah, don't really expect too much from either players, but Farseer is gaining experience. He was able to successfully take down the water elemental. And the Spirit Wolves can't really do that much damage to the Archmage, but at least Yumiko could just deny those Spirit Wolves by just resummoning them. 3 grunts, 1 Archmage. Let's see how well these grunts will do. 1 swing off. Beastmaster picked up, and the orcs immediately run away because they do see just half orc, half ogre coming to play with them, I guess, with 2 of his axes. battle stations for Yumiko rather quickly as well. He kind of understands the gravity of how much pressure a Beastmaster can actually bring to this Turn Chieftain. No, it's not going to be a Turn Chieftain. It is going to be a Shadow Priest. Interesting. I'm actually very interested to see this Spellcaster combo coming out for Yumiko. He is going to take a lot of damage from this Farseer. Maybe he should start moving that Farseer away. Level 2 has been gained. And of course the Farseer will be able to utilize those healing salves anyway, so not really too much, but it is going to keep him out of combat for a little while. Level 2 has been gained, like I said before, so he does have the Chain Lightning most likely for his second ability. I find it rather unlikely that Farsight is chosen as his second ability anyway, because I mean there's just so many alternatives to that ability. I mean, might as well have the Chain Lightning. Anyway, Shadow Priest is nearly popped out. Nope, never mind. Yumiko did go for the old switcheroo, and he has started, or nearly completed, his Turn Chieftain. I could have sworn he was absolutely going to go for that Shadow Hunter, but nope, it is going to be the Chain Wave strategy. Well, I wouldn't call it strategy, more like combo. It's kind of like the Nova Coil combo, just a lot more AoE focused, I guess. So Spirit Lodge, Bestiary has been placed down, pretty standard double tier 2 buildings for Yumiko and for orc players in general actually. But anyway, we do have double sanctums for FQQ, very centralized on the sorceresses actually. To be expected, I guess, against an orc player, because sorceresses, they can really downgrade those orc units significantly. Although they do prove to be very effective against Blade Masters, there is no Blade Master in this game. Maybe the double orc heroes could potentially compensate for that. Maybe completely counteract against that mass of sorceresses, but we shall see in the later game. FQQ is looking very strong. Yumiko is going to pull a creep camp from the Goblin Merchant, and FQQ is probably going to just get out of range, but he wants to fight this as well. Yumiko hiring up a Troll Headhunter, probably just to add in a little bit more piercing damage. We do have a couple of guard towers being rushed over here. Shockwave has been used, probably not hitting all of those units, rather unfortunately, but oh well. Kodo Beast has been trained. There we go with a Chain Wave combo right there. This is only level 1 ability, so it's not too effective, but the Beastmaster obviously took a lot of damage. The Kodo Beast obviously devoured himself a water elemental. It's going to be a lot less damage coming out from FQQ, but he does have 2 more elementals out, so it's not that problematic, because the Kodo Beast did consume a rather low-timed elemental anyway. So he's going to go for another Devour. He's going to devour a low hit point one actually. But yeah, there we go with another one as well. Yumiko getting himself a second Kodo Beast. I kind of like that, because it's basically exchanging 1 unit for 1. Beastmaster has been taken down by a Chain Lightning, I believe. The Shockwave did not exactly reach in time, but anyway, the hero was still killed off. And like I said before, sorceresses do very well against heroes like the Blade Master, and I guess units that's focused on just auto-attacking. But when it comes to these 2 specific heroes, the Farseer as well as the Turn Chieftain, they are not going to prove to be as successful than usual, because the spells don't just deal a lot of AoE damage and not really affected by slows. But let's see how the Farseer does in escaping the Archmage's wrath. Level 3 has been gained. TP Scroll is actually going to be burnt. I guess that slow was a little too much for Yumiko, but his Kodo Beasts are now empty stomach, and they will be able to devour a little more units for themselves. What I'd be very interested in seeing is probably a mass Kodo Beast build. I know that sounds like extremely dumb, but like taking entire units out of the battlefield seems very funny to me. I guess the only problem is that Kodo Beasts are rather expensive as well as high food cost anyway, so probably not that easy to mass them. Beastmaster is kind of stuck right now. I'm not sure if FQQ realizes that. Maybe he needs to start destroying that arcane tower. I don't think he can fit through that little gap. Or he might be able to, because I mean he's obviously taking down the tree for a reason. Anyway, dire wolves are in place, so that's what he put his second ability point into. Maybe he needs to resummon them because they are kind of low hit point. Oh, let's see who picks up this kill right now, because the Ogre Mauler does drop the item from that particular camp. Spirit Wolves have been have expired, so he needs to, I guess, resummon them. The Ogre Mauler did not drop an item. I could have sworn it was the creep that drops an item. Maybe that was an Ogre Magi camp. Oh, it definitely was the Ogre Magi camp, and the item is going to be the Book of the Dead. Yumiko is maybe going to regain, or at least he's going to gain a lot of momentum if he utilizes that item. Will he use it? Who knows? There are a lot of priests around, so maybe it won't be that effective. Maybe if he deals with the priest numbers, then he will be able to, I guess, utilize that Book of the Dead. But for now, he is going to hold on to that, I guess. We did see the Spirit Wolves or Dire Wolves just completely get mauled by the dispels from those priests. But now that the priests are low mana, I am very confident that the Book of the Dead would be a good decision. But Yumiko is going to go against it. He is going to devour a Spellbreaker. A pretty cheeky move from Yumiko, because that is essentially a free unit. As long as he keeps that Kodo Beast alive, that Spellbreaker, not only will it still apply the food cost for FQQ, he will not be able to utilize it until it's completely digested. Anyway, will we be seeing additional chainwave combos? Not really, because neither of the heroes have their respective mana, although the Turn Chieftain did consume a mana potion. There we go with the Book of the Dead. Will we see any dispels coming? The priest, I believe, is nearly there for one dispel, but as of right now, the skeleton's just eating a lot of damage for the remainder. There we go with the dispel to take care of them. But yeah, Yumiko still hanging on. TP scroll is going to be used on the Archmage. The Archmage needs to be careful not to get picked off. So yeah, he's going to wisely spawn at the back of the base. Unfortunately, this does mean Yumiko has free reign over the front of the base, and FQQ can't really deal with this as well. Anyway, Arcane Tower has been destroyed. Not much is coming out from Yumiko. More raiders actually, but right now the Farseer and Tauren Chieftain is pretty much the MVP of this game, I think. As well as the Kodo Beast. Kodo Beast, like, eating non-stop is actually proving to be advantageous for Yumiko. As you can see right now, 2 Spellbreakers, 2 essential Spellbreakers are inside the stomach of those Kodo Beasts, and yeah. Beastmaster has been taken down. I unfortunately did not see that happen, actually. I didn't even realize Yumiko was chasing the Beastmaster, but GG from FQQ. That is going to be the series. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. I'm actually tired out. So yeah. I'll see you guys next time. I actually have no idea what the next series is. It could feature Shishi, it could feature Ted, it could feature Fly, could feature Elegant, either 2 of those 4 players. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Take care.